Welcome to Tide XRP, your trusted source for professional XRP and cryptocurrency analysis. If you're tuned into the crypto world right now, you know things are moving fast with XRP. Hey there, XRP community. If you're tuned into the crypto world right now, you know things are moving fast with XRP. Today, February 4th, 2026, XRP is trading at $145. And there's a lot of chatter about whether this is a dip worth paying attention to, or just more market noise. I've been digging into the latest discussions, and some fresh takes from X are pointing to potential shifts that could shake things up. But stick with me. By the end, you'll have a clearer picture of the buzz and why it's got people talking. This could be one of those moments where understanding the details makes all the difference. First things first, and I say this up front, this is not financial advice. I'm just sharing insights based on current data, expert opinions, and community reactions. Always do your own research, consider your risk tolerance, and maybe chat with a financial advisor before making any decisions in the volatile world of crypto. All right, with that out of the way, let's get into it. XRP has had its ups and downs, right? Regulatory hurdles, market swings, you name it. But at $145 today, we're seeing some interesting signals that suggest this might be a consolidation phase rather than a full-blown retreat. Think about Ripple's recent moves. They've expanded their global footprint with more licenses like that full electronic money institution approval in Luxembourg, which opens up payment services across Europe. That's not small potatoes. It's building real infrastructure for cross-border transactions, tokenized assets, and more. Yet, the price has dipped a bit amid broader market jitters. Why? Well, crypto often moves in tandem with Bitcoin and economic vibes. But the fundamentals here seem solid. To give you the real pulse, I've pulled some fresh insights from X today. Take this post from RC Saged, who's been in crypto since 2017 and has a ton of engagement on his takes. He tweeted, XRP bullish dip alert February 4th, 2026. XRP testing supports around $155 to $160 after a macro breather, but spot ETFs have locked up over $1.3 billion in inflows, pulling 798 million XRP off circulation. Institutions are stacking quietly. That's intriguing, isn't it? It points to big players accumulating while retail might be shaking out. He also mentioned Ripple's wins like $280 million in diamonds tokenized on the XRPL plunging exchange reserves and exploding Lust mints. A supply squeeze could be brewing. Then there's 36 Crypto 2, a news platform with solid follows, saying XRP holds key support above $160, signaling a potential breakout with analysts projecting a surge toward $2.40 to $27 if past cycle patterns repeat in 2026. $27. That's a bold call, but it's based on historical trends where XRP has exploded after holding key levels. And check this from a next in Web3 XRP price prediction February 2026. Bearish risks at $169 support, bullish breakout above $1.97. Analyze historical declines, ETF inflows, and macro threats for trading insights. These aren't just random opinions. They're from folks analyzing charts and on-chain data, sparking debates in the comments about entries and exits. Let's not stop there. More from this buzz. Rich Bitcoin CoinMarket derived odds show XRP could edge higher by February end, but upside remains capped under $2 amid volatility. That's a more cautious take, reminding us that while there's potential, volatility is always a factor. And our Francia 779-40445 shared XRP price prediction for 2026 improves after EU money license river spikes, and Deep Snitch AI's forecast points to a 100x eruption or even more 100x from $145. That would be wild $145, but it's a iterative forecast tied to adoption news like the EU license another. One from Bunny Bean XRP faces is near-term bearish vibes. Yet, a drop to 1.7 billion exchange reserves and rising ETF demand could set up a 2026 repricing. 21 shares cites buys $245, bull $269, bear $1.60. See how these posts balance the hype with realism. It's all about those ETF demands pulling supply off the market and ASC crypto's weight in. Neutral to mildly bearish in February. Range trading likely dominates unless BTC macro flips bullish. Watch 2,300 to 2,350 resistance for any real upside attempt and 2,110 support for downside risk. Wait, that seems like Ethereum numbers. Probably a mix-up in the thread, but the sentiment applies to XRP's range, too, emphasizing macro influences. What about predictions? Experts are all over the map, but let's break it down simply. Standard Chartered's Jeffrey Kendrick sees XRP hitting $8 by the end of 2026 based on adoption and ETF flows. That's ambitious, implying over 400% growth from here. ChatGPT's base case is around $4 in early 2026. While Claude goes bolder with $4 to $14 in a bull scenario if inflows top 10 billion. From Changeli, the average for 2026 might be $3.26 with a max of $349. But not everyone's rosy. Miley Fool warns of potential declines if risk appetite fades. And Finbold notes prediction markets give a 53% chance of XRP at or above $180 by month's end, but likely below $2. Imagine XRP like a bridge in a busy city. It's designed for heavy traffic, but right now construction regulatory wins is done and traffic adoption is picking up. If you have $1,000 sitting around at $145, that could get you about 689 XRP. In a Watif world, if we see a rally to say $3 based on those averages, that's over $2,000. But again, that's hypothetical, and markets can go the other way. Historical patterns show XRP bouncing from similar supports before big moves like in 2021. But let's address the doubts head-on. Myth 1, XRP is centralized and done for. Nope. The XRPPL is decentralized with validators worldwide, and utility is growing with things like permission domains going live, boosting enterprise trust. If you're thinking this dip means it's over, remember what a Weiss Act said. It's often a shakeout. Another from eXtravad XRP, my prediction for this month of February. Bottom is set around $123 or $1.30. The moon out from there toward $420, $10. Let's see. That's community optimism right there. And Areoxel on future months. Let's talk XRP March 2026. March 2026. A price speculation based on current expert consensus and algorithmic models. Consensus averaged $3.70. Bull case $42 to $4.40. This scenario assumes a credibility shock, such as a BlackRock ETF filing or the final passage of the Clarity Act. Extending the view beyond February shows sustained potential. One more from a Caliglo 12. My take: this pullback Sacker's healthy reset after 2025 volatility. XRP defending $160 could spark relief rally to $2 plus community day plus lending vote outcomes. Just near-term triggers. If macro chills, $3 plus realistic mid-year. What's your price target EOY 2026? Great question. It's engaging the community just like these posts do. Building on that, the climactic bit. XRP's ecosystem is evolving fast with robust stablecoin gaining traction, potential Binance listings, and real-world assets like those tokenized diamonds. It's positioning as a payments powerhouse. Predictions from $3 to $8. That ties into broader adoption. But what if macro flips positive? A Bitcoin rebound could amplify XRP's moves per analysts. And with posts like Rasax highlighting institutional stacking, it's hard not to see the building momentum. Let's dive a bit deeper into the on-chain side to add some meat to this. Exchange reserves are at lows not seen in years, meaning less XRP available for selling. Transaction volumes on the XRPL are spiking, showing actual use cases firing up. Think remittances, stable coin transfers, even NFTs and tokenized real estate. If you're new to this, it's like watching a network effect in action. More users mean more value, more liquidity, and eventually price appreciation. Analysts like those in 36 Crypto 2's post-point to pass cycles where similar setups led to surges. Could we see a repeat? Another angle, global partnerships. Ripple's not slowing down. Recent tie-ups in Asia and the Middle East for payment corridors. Imagine XRP handling trillions in cross-border flows annually. That's the vision Brad Garlinghouse has been pushing. And with ETF inflows already at $1.3 billion, as Yo Isaac notes, it's not pie in the sky. It's happening now. If you're still on the fence, consider the bear cases, too. If Bitcoin stumbles or regulations tighten unexpectedly, XRP could test lower supports like $130 as some posts warn. But even then, the long-term setup looks resilient with AI forecasts like Deep Snitch pointing to massive upside if adoption hits critical mass. To wrap this up positively, XRP holders, you're part of a resilient community with real progress happening. We've covered the current price at $145, regulatory tailwinds, XP buzz from influencers like Iraq36 Crypto 2 and All Extravage, and varied forecasts up to $10 or more. This is insider-level analysis you might not catch elsewhere. Education mixed with excitement, but grounded in facts. If this sparked some thoughts, hit that like button. Comment your take on XRP's February target. Subscribe for more crypto breakdowns and share with your crew. Let's keep the conversation going. Stay informed, stay smart, and remember, not financial advice. Catch you next time.